This conference will now be recorded.
Albano.
Hi, sorry for the delay. Okay, can you hear me and see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
Okay, thank you. Let me start the recording. Okay, so today we'll discuss about the if conditions, which is not so important, so we may not discuss, we may not see an example. We'll also discuss about loops. Let me just log in. Okay, meanwhile, what is if condition? If else is nothing but we will write a condition, and if that condition satisfies, we will execute a statement. The conditional statement in Apex works similarly to Java or any other programming language. So these if-else statements are very similar in any programming language, right? So let us see. Let us try. So let us try to find the greater number using if-else conditions. Let me. Okay. So public void compare with two inputs or two arguments into the array user B. So I want to compare two numbers. How to write it? The same way that we write everywhere if the condition inside if A greater than B. Variable A, the content of variable A is greater than the content of variable B. Right? If A is greater than B, then we'll just debug a statement Let's say A plus is greater than plus B. Then if A is not greater than B, if A is less than B, then we can write else. Let me copy the same statement. I'll reverse it. B is greater than A. Or we can make it A is less than B. Okay. So let's execute this code. How to execute this? If you remember, first we need to create an instance for this class. Then execute this method, compare, and we should provide two inputs. Let's say 5 comma 7. So 7 is greater than 5. So we'll do one thing. Okay, I'll give 9 comma 7, but we won't understand whether if is executed or else is executed. So we are given the both the statements similar way. So A is less than B. Let's say A greater than B, A is greater than B, else A is less than B. So now 5 is less than 7. What happened? I don't see. Let me execute again. Okay, I didn't check that option. Thought I did. So 9 is greater than 7. Now I have a lot of tabs open. So I want to close all the other tabs other than my program. So I can just right click on the tab, click close other tab, will close all the other tabs. This option is there in Chrome also. So in lot of IDs or in lot of places we see the same option, close other. So it's not new. I mean to say it's not new. Okay. So now, okay. So if we give both same, then 7 is lesser than 7, which is not correct, right? So we should have else if also compare again. A less than B. Then in else and give a statement equal to B. Seven is equal to 7. So this is how we can um, use if else, but we can use multiple. We can check multiple conditions inside this if using and or. Okay. So if we have to compare something both at a time, we'll try that example. We'll try another example uh, in the next examples. Okay. We'll try that how to use multiple conditions in if. Now, yesterday I told you I'll show you how to um, create an account or an S object. We talked about an S object. So let's go back to the data types, and in this we have something called S object. S object is the objects created from user-defined Apex class. Okay, statement is wrong. This is about objects, not S objects. I'll change it. But S objects are all the objects that are there in your admin. Okay, account, contact, opportunity, etc. A subject stands for Salesforce object. So it can be the standard object or custom object. All the objects are called as S objects. So we'll see an example using S object. Complete account ACC or account record. So here account is a data type. So account, not only account, any S object can be used as data type to store some value of the account or whatever the data type is. Okay. So now let me take a method. Okay. Sorry, I declared it as method a variable. So it's a variable actually. So public void create account. So account is a non-primitive data type. So need instance. So we create instance. Then only we can store data. Then we will take the variable. Then variable dot all the all the fields in the accounts can be referred using this variable through this variable. Account.name is equal to ABC. Account dot, you can see here, once once if I press dot, you see all the fields in the account, all the fields, not only for account. If you refer any object, any subject, you see the fields in that object. Account dot account number, then let me, what else do I need? Mobile, mobile number should be in the form of string. Something else. Okay. So now what I can do, I have account record with some data, the rest, the rest. So we can insert account record. Don't worry about this insert statement. We'll discuss about this later. But we can declare a variable using any S object and assign some values to the fields, then insert into the database. Let's see whether this program will insert account or not. New O equal to new object new O dot create account. It's a method, right? So whenever we refer a field, we don't give open close parentheses, but whenever we refer a method, we give open close parentheses. This is similar to this statement, but here we declared a variable, but here we created an instance. So if it is a non-primitive, we need instance. In the same way, to execute a program, we need to create a variable and create an instance. Now, if I click on execute, all the 4 lines will be executed. I want only line number 3, 4 to execute. So let me select these 2 lines and click on execute highlighted. Necessary variable does not exist. Okay. Execute highlighted. Let us go to the accounts. You can see ABC is created, right? ABC is created. So it's how, excuse me. So this is how we can create an object record from the Apex. So we can also declare, we can also declare and create a record in custom objects. But always remember, if I have to create employees, I should refer to its API name. So let's find out the API name. So API name of this object is employee underscore underscore C. So I should use API name to declare the query. Employee record is equal to new employee. Then let me create one more method. Then employee record dot the get name is equal to Ravikant. So did I get? I'll also get for custom objects. I don't know why it didn't come for me. So okay. So how to assign a value to store, which is lookup. We'll see that later, not now. I'm just finding out the formula field. Remember, we cannot create a record with a formula field. We cannot enter a value in the formula field. For example, I think age is form. Okay, let's go to the object and see which is formula field. Yes, age is the formula field. So can I insert age into a value into formula field? Let us see. And remember, okay, let us try. This together. Field not right away, right? So employee record dot age underscore underscore c is read only. Always remember, formula fields or roll-up summary fields are read only. So let's try to assign a value to this. A lot of people ask me, can I So a lot of people ask me, can I really enter values in age or total sales similar to formula and Euler symbol? No, we cannot. Okay, these fields will be writable, sorry, non-writable. These fields will be read-only. So we cannot create or we cannot assign these values from Apex. These should be populated or assigned by system only, not by user. So we cannot use the fields here. Okay. So then can we create record with only employee name? Let us try. It's telling I'm missing the required field email. And also remember whatever the validations we have and what are all the automations we have in the admin, we should consider them when we are creating a record to X. So I should also enter email. Let me enter email. But always remember, lot of times, lot of people do this mistake. They will try to execute the program without saving the program. If you see the star, that means your program is not saved up to date. So you should save the program to execute and see its results. Okay, let me execute highlighted. So it's telling insert failed. Why insert is failed? It's telling we cannot save the record because employee process fails. So what is the exact reason? That information is available. We will receive on the email. So flow application header. So upcoming birthday is not. That's the reason. So we didn't give the date of birth. The flow failed to access the value of my variable current store name because it has been set or reset. So it's telling it needs stores. Did the store mandatory? So to check that, you can directly create record from here. So if we create record from here, so we should be able to populate the same errors here. See, we got this error, right? The same error what we get in the Apex. So let's try to fill the store and save. So we should consider to satisfy all the conditions and all the automations. So, but now, okay, let me quickly show you how to get the, okay, let me go to store, pick up a store, and how to get the ID of the store. So, if we have to refer in the lookup field, we have to provide the ID. So once I open the store, in the URL, in the end, you'll see some string which is a readable format but not a rememberable format, right? So that is the record ID of the store. Okay, we'll discuss in detail about ID. Let me copy ID and I have to provide store is equal to ID. ID should be in the form of string. So now let us begin trying. So this is how we refer stores. So this is called reference field. So all the lookup or master detail fields are called as reference fields. We refer store object here, right? In employee. So ID is the one which connects both. But is it really correct to hard code the value? 100% not. We'll write a query, get the ID, then assign that to the store. Then let us execute. So one more record created on the name of Ravikant. I didn't give any debug statements. That's why I didn't get any. But if we create a record from the Apex, uh, oh, here it is. It came to the end. It will not be visible in recently viewed. So it's visible. Generally, it won't be visible. So sometimes if you create, if it's not visible, just search for the name or something in the search list. Search this list. Okay. Most of the time, it's difficult to find what we created from the text. So we have to search. So always remember and just search here. I didn't give the salary, so it took 0 because default value we given 0, I guess. And the designation, I didn't give any designation. So, but why designation? Let me show you. If we scroll down, there is the designation. So we don't need to choose anything, but this is required. On page, we are given on page validation or on page required for this designation. So that's why this value is not needed to create a record from the Apex, but it's required because it's on page validation. So from Apex, it's not required because it's not mandatory on object level. Object level means here in this object properties or object settings, it's not mandatory. It's mandatory on page layout. Okay. So this is how we can create a subject records from the Apex. We can update, we can delete. We'll try all those things when we talk about DML. We'll quickly talk about. So remember, I have to talk about enums. I'll talk about it later. It's not so important. Then switch is not so important. Plus switch is something like the case or switch. In some programming language we call it as case. In some programming languages we call it as switch. Then loops. We have 5 loops in Apex: do while, for, traditional for loop, and these are two different for loops. I don't think I need to talk about do while, but I'll give examples. So how it is used: do the statement while the condition. Okay. So first it will do the statement, then it will check for the condition, and it will iterate until this condition dissatisfied. This loop will execute. Okay. In the same way, while the condition, this statement, this is also same until this condition dissatisfies. The statements will execute in the loop. Okay. So these are not most commonly used because it cannot be properly controlled, right? So this will execute the statement that check the condition, and this will check the condition and execute the statement where we don't have a proper limit. This is most successful loops we generally use. So we'll talk about for loop. Don't worry, I'll give example on do, while do, do while, and also switch. But I don't want to discuss about them by wasting the time. Let's talk about loops. So first we'll talk about traditional for loop. Remember, whatever you want to try, you can try only inside methods. Okay, you cannot write statements outside a method. Um, Try for. So the syntax is for. I think we already know initialization, condition, and increment. Right? So let's say integer a equal to 1, a less than or equal to 10, a plus plus. Right? and it should be semicolon, not the comma. This is the most common for loop or most used for loop in any programming language. But if we talk about Apex, we'll use lesser than other programming languages. We'll use this one for the variable. I'll show you what. So let me just debug the A. So generally, okay, I'll go with A. Sorry. This is the most common variable I, right? For loop. I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. Value of I is less I. So this statement will print for 10 times. Why? Because for loop starts with I is equal to 1 and it loops till this condition. Till this condition dissatisfies. Okay. So I less than or equal to 10. So this is increment. So first time when I is equal to 1, it will check whether I is less than or equal to 10. Yeah, 1 will be less than or equal to 10. Then this statement will print. Then I plus plus is increment 1. So I will become 2. Then this condition is true. This debug statement will print. In the same way, I is incremented until this condition is satisfied. So once I become 10 or I greater than 10, this for loop will stop or exit. So let me just execute this. Loop cell is equal to new loops L dot wrapper, and let's execute this. I clicked execute. I should not click execute. I should click execute highlighted, or other class also got executed. You can see here value of I is 1, 2, 3. So this for loop then 10 numbers are printed. Value of I is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So we have another type of for loop which is for variable array or set, array or list or set, and the statements. Okay, so I have list of records. Let us open the list class. Collection section. I'm searching for list. I thought I named it as list. So if you remember, I have added 3 numbers to the list. I want to loop the list. Okay. So I want to check all the numbers, or I want to add 1 to all the numbers. I'll do one thing. I will add few more numbers. 40, 50, 60. Let me take this and go to loops, public void try second for second type for first. Let me create a loop, collection list. Then I want to add 1 to all the numbers. Then how to iterate? I have 6 numbers. I can use this traditional for loop. How to use this traditional for loop? For integer I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to numbers dot size. So for this list I will have size, if you remember. So I less than or equal to size. So size will be 6, right? I plus plus. Then I can say so how to do that? Number in the square brackets should give the I plus 1. So what is it? Variable does not exist numbers. Okay, so I'm trying to add one number. So this is how we can loop, right? Once I loop, we will debug this. Let us execute. Index out of bounds 6. So I'll tell you why. You can see first number is not added. All others are added, but numbers are incremented by 1. It's because we should consider 0 should be the starting number for the index, right? So then instead of using this for loop, I have something else, some other for loop for variable column list. This is the syntax actually. This is not the correct way you should do. It's the syntax. So for variable n list, so in the place of list, we give this list numbers and forward list. I want to increment this number using this kind of for loop, not the first one, the second one. Okay, the format is variable and list or set or array. So number is in the form of integer, integer a, let's say integer a or integer n numbers. So this is the form, this is the syntax of the second type of for loop. What will happen? So we have six numbers, right? All the numbers are in this variable or in this list will be looped. Okay. Whenever this for loop iterates, every time this n will a value will be stored in n and loop will happen. So n is equal to n plus 1. But unfortunately, we cannot replace it in the number. If we have to increment the number in the number type of this type of list, this is perfect example. But we can increment it. Now we can add it back. Numbers dot add of n. We can add it back. Okay. So what will happen? This for loop will loop for 6 times. We don't need to use the signs. We don't need to worry about whether it should be less than or equal to whatever. So this will loop all the list values and increment. Okay. So now let us see. Now I have 10 to 60 six values should be printed in this debug statement. Let's see what will be printed in this debug statement. Cannot modify a correction while it is being iterated. So generally we don't. Okay, let me execute again. Cannot modify correction while it is being iterated. So it's telling you cannot use the same list. So let us take one more list because you cannot add more numbers into it. So that it will go into infinite loop, right? That's what it's trying to tell. Let's say new numbers. So I'll add those new numbers into new number list and debug these new numbers. It's get highlighted. You can see here there is the old list and there is the new list got iterated. Okay, there is another kind of for loop which is with inline query. Okay, so we call this as traditional for loop, this as list for loop, and this as socle for loop. SOQ. In the next session, we'll be discussing about SOQL. So we'll see that for loop. I know in some of you this confusion may start. We are seeing all the concepts, but where will we implement all this in our day-to-day tasks? that we will start learning or working on from Monday. Okay, from next session. So till now, all whatever you are learning are all the concepts. So still we should talk about SOQL, software, then DML. By this, we will be done with the basics. Then we'll start analyzing how to use all this in various areas. Okay, so I think I'm done for the day. So you can ask questions. Okay, I'll go on by one. Shanti, any questions?
No, Bala. No questions from me.
Okay. Rajendra, any questions?
No, Bala. No questions.
Okay. Navya?
No questions for me.
Okay. Nisha?
No question, sir.
Okay. Ramesh, any questions? Ramesh, if you are speaking, I can't hear you. I didn't hear you. If you're speaking, I can't hear you. You can just type the message. I appreciate your presence as Ramesh is in UK and it's midnight for him. Yeah, you can message if you have questions. Unfortunately, I'm unable to hear you. Indu, any questions?
No, Bala.
Okay. Meenal, any questions?
No, Bala.
Okay, fine. Ramesh said no questions. Thank you, Ramesh. So, yeah, that's it about the ethics basics. I'll give a document with some examples that you have to try, and we will not have session tomorrow. I want you people to spend this weekend to go through all these concepts. So bring some doubts on Monday. Try all this. I'll email you the document and I'll email you this presentation as well as I'll send you all these examples. Okay. So let's try. I mean, you people try and come up with the questions on Monday. Monday we'll start discussing about various other concepts. So we'll start with figures on Monday and the other concepts. Okay. Okay then. Okay then. Bye for now.
Bye, Bala. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Sign off.